Hi guys, it's Rochelle from Lane Furniture in still miserable Sydney, but I've got to do something. I've got to do something creative. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of where I'm at so far. For those who don't know, haven't been following my social media, I pretty much lost all my furniture, my staging wall, a lot of my decor, my staging pieces, and I've had to start again. So I'll just show you where we're at now. So the rain is basically just not stopping. I've cleaned this, I've hose this out. It's pointless doing it at the moment because every day it just comes back. So this is where we're at the moment. Staging wall is gone. My old staging wall has survived it, thankfully, because it's, what is it, wicker, willow, bamboo bollocks. So I've got that as a backup, but obviously the floor needs to have something. The staging wall previously was 6 doors that covered all that, so you couldn't see all the bottom of that, but that's not a good option anymore. It probably wasn't originally, but the weather has told me definitely not. So this, I salvaged some furniture. This was a beautiful desk. I cut it down, so now I can just use that as a workbench kind of thing. Some things there for the van. Got my tripod thingy set up, ready to record. Over there is some flooring that I'm gonna use to create a subfloor, I think. The wheelies I managed to save. They're a bit warped, but those ones made it through. And the shed has completely been gutted because the water got into that too, and the bookcases had all mould on the back. So what I've done, these are other pieces of furniture that I managed to salvage. They had mould on the back, so it's not ideal, so I need to keep an eye on that. But for now it's working. So this buffet, this was given to me by a subscriber. Thank you so much. It is going to good use. I'm sorry that it's not going to the use that I had planned for it, but that's Mother Nature. So, and you can see the damage on the top. It just got through. So what happened, there were 2 main floods. The first one, I thought I'd salvaged pieces. I started clearing out the workshop, moved stuff out, covered it all in tarps, it was still under cover, but under a smaller cover. And overnight the rain settled on it and seeped through because we had the second storm. So that's a desk. It's actually pretty useful. It's going to be, I planned on it being a workshop, but literally the day I put it in, we had more rain and the top got wet, so I need to look at probably putting a tarp over the roof. That was a chest of drawers that I was given ages ago, so I took out the bottom 2 rows of drawers, and now I can put the sander and the Festool vac underneath it and not worry about the water seeping through onto it. That's all my staging stuff over there. The stuff that made it through, a lot is in the skip. And so these, I don't know if I just said it, this is flooring that I'm gonna just add some pieces of wood. I cut up a heap of pieces of wood, so heaps of wood, so it didn't all go to waste. And I'm gonna just put maybe 2 high on this to lift it up, just so it gives me some sort of floor to work off whilst this rain is just keeping on. And this gate is locked, but I'll be able to show you the skip, I think. Over there. It's full. It's ready to go today, hopefully. So here we are, fresh start, guys. I've got a Chiswell telephone table that I've keeping myself, that I wasn't going to do anything with because I didn't want to ruin it. I love Chiswell, I love the MCM look, but I need to do something and I literally don't have any furniture. I'm picking up a piece tomorrow, but I'm just going to have to get used to picking up one piece at a time, so I don't hoard it, so I don't risk losing a heap of furniture in one go. Anyway, let's do something. I don't know what, let's do something. Right, here she is. I'm going to get started on her before it starts peeing down. I've made this little platform, like a subfloor for me to sit on. so that if it does pour, I can still sit on the ground. I'm not going to get a wet ass. This is Chiswell. It's solid as a rock. Really lovely. The top is a veneer. I can already see that. And I want to change this fabric. It'll be the first time doing it. I think it just screws off. Should be pretty simple. Let's get stuck in. Hopefully I get to paint something. Go, look, just 4 screws. So I'm just going to take that off for now. I'm not going to focus on reupholstering that at this point. I'm going to take it inside and do that in case it rains. For now I want to concentrate on prepping this piece ready to get some paint on it. Excuse me if my top falls down. Just don't look, it's not pleasant. So I'm surprised that these are Phillips head screws. Can someone educate me on this? I thought that this is like an MCM style, so I was actually anticipating it having flathead screws. So if someone can educate me on the age and at what point cabinet makers started changing from the flathead to the Phillips head, I'd appreciate that. And is this classed as an MCM piece? I thought it was. I'm not sure. I haven't educated myself on that at all, so I won't make any calls in that regard. Hopefully you can hear me. I just got you on the phone. It's too much work doing it with a camera. It's not too much work. I can't be bothered. Oh, this is coming off nice and easy. My plan will be just to staple on some new fabric. Probably over top of this. Definitely over top of this, I'll show you why now. Right, so there's the screws. They're quite chunky, but Phillips head, so educate me please, people. So it's been reupholstered in the past. I was told that when I got it. I paid $20 for it. But it's been done pretty well. It's got some rust. But I'm just going to staple over it. It's only for me. I'm just going to put some fabric, wrap it around, staple it on. We'll be right. Okay, let's get this girl back up. I just wanted to quickly show you. A lot of people assume that vintage furniture is built really well. Don't get me wrong, it's built pretty well. Ah! Look, wasp. Bailey, leave it alone. Leave it. Oh. Right, I'm going to have to get this. Hang on, Bailey. I forget this to save Bailey from costing me a fortune in the vet. Oh, you missed that. Sorry, Bailey. Right. No, don't. Oh, my God. Leave it. See, no editing, guys. I'm sorry. Real life. Go on. Right. Vintage furniture. Really, really heavy. It's crap. It's just MDF. So, yeah, it's not built brilliantly. But I'm surprised at these connections here. Someone educate me, please. Right, I'm going to rinse off that sugar water now, sugar soap. Then I'll get the sander out and just see what this top brings. I'm going quick and easy, guys. So I've just got a sugar soap here that I just got from a cheap shop. So I'm going to give it a quick once over with this. Then I'll rinse it off with fresh water. And we'll be right. Oh, my shoulders are done in from moving all this furniture into the skip. I'm feeling every... Bailey, really? I'm feeling every minute of my 50 years at the minute. Whatever. No fancy editing, guys. I don't care about it. YouTube isn't my job. It's just a hobby now. Doing furniture is my job, so I'll focus on that. I don't give a crap about the video editing, sorry. Not a crap. Oh. So this has been inside, thankfully, so it hasn't had any damp, no rain damage or anything. So that's good. That just screws off. Let's see. You might not get any very nice angles, but again, I don't even care about that. Sorry. You probably see a lot of bingo wings. Probably see a lot of Bailey moving in front of the camera. Whatever. I might try and sand that top because some markings on it. I don't want to paint it. I don't like painting tops. So if I can paint it, I'll be happy. Sorry, if I can sand it. But I need to be really careful with it because it looks like it's just a thin veneer. Okay, let's try and get this off. Take it on its side, I think, on its back. Oh, sweet, it's just 4 screws. Thank you. Bring you in. Oh, Bailey. Right. So I'm using my Festool RO90. I haven't got it hooked up to the vac. Simply because I'm only doing a tiny bit and I'm too lazy and I'm not even sure how long I'm going to get to do this. So I'm just running with it. I've only got a 180 grit on this because I want to go really careful, and then we'll see what we do. That's come off pretty nicely. If nothing else, I've got a sort of a consistent finish. I'm just going to blow that off. It's nothing special. There was a dark patch there, but that's easily disguised. I'm just going to run a damp cloth over it now, just to get a better indication of what we've got. Oh, that's actually come out really well. It's probably only a really thin veneer, but because I only used the 180, I literally just took the top off. Now I'm going to try and take off this edge too, so we'll see what I can do with that. I'll put the sponge attachment onto the sander to be even more careful. Because the top has come off so well, I just put a damp cloth around it now, so it looks like it's a bit patchy, but I really want to stain this door if I can too. I really love how solid it is and how you can see the grain. And you can see how it's made. I just love it. So I'm going to take this off and paint the rest. One tip I would say, whenever you're taking hardware off vintage furniture, take photos of it before you take it off, and even mark which hinge is for which section so that it lines up again. I've only got 2 here. It's pretty straightforward. Famous last words. I'll just put them into 2 separate baggies, and then we'll be right. So let me just get these off. And even the screws. So when I say about putting them, you know, being mindful, in some cases when you can see that they've been padded out or the screws are in at a funny angle, literally number the screws. 1, 2, 3, top, bottom, middle, whatever. Because it's so hard work when you try and put the door back on afterwards and you can't get it right. Oh shit. Oh, like, I'm also not going to bother editing out swear words, okay? Just roll with it. It's part of the course. So if you're not into swearing, I'm probably going to suggest this channel isn't for you anymore. I've got a bit of a foul mouth sometimes. Right, let's see what we can do. Like I said, it's veneer. I know. See, this is a solid. These pieces are solid. It's probably going to come up a different colour to the top. All I'm really wanting to do is sand it so I get a smooth finish. It's already got a nice finish, to be fair, but I want to lose this orange. I definitely want to still be able to see all this grain, and you can see how it's made. It's just gorgeous. So anyway, let's see how we go. Right, I found some fabric in my stash. This is from IKEA. Sadly, it's got some green in it that I want to pull out, so I'm going to have to use green. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? Right, so I'm going with Nordic Chic chalk paint, and this is in the colour Dusty Green. It's gorgeous. This is really beautiful paint. If you haven't tried it and you can get it in your country, I highly recommend it. It's really highly pigmented. It goes on really nicely. Right, I'm going to apply with this cute little Pureco. What do you call those brushes? I don't know. It's a 50 anyway. Let's have a go with it. Try and open it first, eh? It's so cute. I've scuff sanded, I've rinsed it off, I've done everything it needs to be done, ready to paint, and now I'm so excited to get stuck back in. It feels like I haven't painted for months. I haven't, have I? Anyway, let's go. Yes. Yes. Oh, got a blob of something there. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to rough it up as well on the edges. I want to bring out just some detail so it doesn't look brand new. And the top and the door will be stained. I would anticipate this will be 2 coats, and then I'll seal it with, probably with the Nordic Chic clear wax, because that stuff is gorgeous. Girls, could you not please help it? half a backing. She doesn't even know what she's backing at. She does it to antagonise Bailey, so Bailey will start. Right, I'm going to get on with this and I'll come back to you. Right, let's try again. Because it was wet, I just damped it down and wiped it off before it started drying. So I'm going in with the Ligner colour, the transparent 2-in-1 stain and blocker. I just like this rather than using a white primer, because you're then not trying to cover up the white after. It's probably just in my head, but now with this one, this primer, you can't mix colour in it, you can't create your own. If you do, it'll turn to glue. It's really nice. I really like this. I'm applying it with my Sloan oval brush. So I'll give it a good coat. This self levels really well. Really clever stuff. It's made in Germany, you know. They just know their stuff, don't they? So as much as I'm not putting colour on, at least I've got a paintbrush in my hand. And this does dry quickly, so I might be able to get a coat on. You never know. Fingers crossed. I just got you on the tripod, not a tripod, on that, I don't know what it's called, desk attachment thingy. And it keeps sliding. I've dropped my phone twice with it so far, so that's not good. Right, well, it's a bit boring to watch me do this, so I will come back to you when this is done and dry. I'll just do one good coat, I think. What I might do is do the one coat and then do a quick little trial with some paint on, see if I can see the bleed through, because it was bleeding really quickly. And that's because it is a redwood and I literally took the top off it, so it was at free reign to bleed. So if it's going to bleed, I'll see it really quickly. So I will probably just do a quick test run, and then if it needs a second one, I'll do a second one. This is a primer too, so it gives the paint a really good base to adhere to. So yeah, I really like this. I'll be back. Right, it's going to take a little while for that to dry because it's still damp. Sky's gone really grey, so I'm just going to get on with this whilst I can. So I've cut this piece out. This is my first time doing this, guys, so this isn't a tutorial of any sorts. Okay, and it's only for me, so I'm not going to be fussy. So I've got excess fabric that I'll just cut off. I've got my heavy duty stapler. So this is an Arrow stapler. Takes T50 staples. I've used electric ones and a Zito one. It was shit, beyond shit. It clogged up after every single staple. Anyway, I saw Sarah at 445 Designs using an Arrow stapler, I think it was. So, and she knows her stuff, so whatever. If it was good enough for Sarah, it was good enough for me. So I went hunting and found one. Right, I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's just make it up. Right, I don't want it really bulky, so I'm gonna pull in the middle sections first. Oh, this could turn to shit. Who cares? It's only for me. So I'm just going to put one in each edge and make sure I'm pulling it tight as I do it. I think that was the takeaway from most tutorials I saw. An even tension. Right, I'm just going to check it. Yeah, we're right now. We're good. Don't look too bad. And I'm stapling it quite close to the edge because I'm going to cut off all this excess. Right, and then I'm going to do like hospital sheets, hospital corners, I think, on the corners. Right, Now I'm going to go to the corners like this, I think. This is just what I'm going to do. Maybe this is going to be race style. So I'm just coming up at the diagonal. There, sort of. It's only for me anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? It's my first go. I'm being mindful of the fabric when I do this and making sure I'm going with the, I can't remember what that word is. I used to be right into sewing and learn everything I could about it, and then I got bored. What's it called? With the thread anyway, in that line. Keeping it straight, so it's not on the bias. Because if you start putting something on the bias at an angle, then you're going to come into issues. Probably not so much with this, but with clothing you can have real issues. So I'm keeping it square. Right. Now, I reckon that looks freaking good. Might not be perfect, but it'll do. Right, I'm going to keep going with this and I'm just basically going to staple it all around now like that. I need to get off the camera because my husband wants to do the lawn before the storm kicks in again. I'll be back. We're in a situation in Sydney. Look at that floor. Oh my god, it's proper running through it. Shit. Oh, that's a new subfloor that I just built. Doesn't look like it's high enough. Oh well. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I better check in here. I think we're good. Go in, Bailey. Come on. It's the next day. It's got 2 coats of paint on, full coverage. So now I just need to sand it back. I'll sand it around the edges, and then I'll give it a really smooth sand all over just to smooth out the chalk paint. I'm inside again because it started pissing down with rain. We had a huge storm yesterday, so I'm back inside. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to finish this today. I don't see why not. Anyway, I'm pissed off. Right, let's try and get this girl finished indoors. I hate working indoors. I'm not going to lie, I really hate it. I haven't got enough space. It makes me quite anxious. But that's my issues. We all know I've got plenty of them. I've got a Macca's drive-through iced latte to keep me going. And I just want to give a big shout out to Sharon, who bought me 20 coffees last night. After a really shitty day with this storm, with some properties, not ours, will have gone under for the 3rd time this month. I was in bed just browsing through Facebook Marketplace and I got a notification that Sharon had bought me 20 coffees. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't want to say your second name, but you know who you are. Thank you. Right, now I'm just going to, so it's got 2 coats on. It's a beautiful colour. I'm just going to give it a really light sand and I'm going to bring out the edges. That's all I want to do really. I was then going to seal it with Nordic Chic clear wax because I've already used it before and I love it. But I've also got Jolie paint clear wax, which I haven't used. So I want to give this a go. So I'm going to use Jolie. I've got my tin opener from Benjamin Moore. These are great. You get these for your deliveries. They're awesome. Then I've got my wax brush, which is, what is it? My Pureco wax brush. What else have I got going on here? Oh, and I'm going to be using Pureco Sepia stain on the top and the door. Hopefully I'll get to record that. There's not going to be any stage pictures of this girl because I'm too busy sulking, to be honest, to stage it. I can't stage it outside. So I'm just sulking. Look. And these girls don't know what to do when I'm inside sulking. Bailey, I know. It's annoying, isn't it? You can't even go to the toilet properly, can you? Harper doesn't like going to the toilet on the wet ground. So, We're all having issues. Oh, that doesn't smell very nice. I was going to say that smelled nice, then it doesn't. I'm not going to say what that smelled like. It looks good though. It looks the part. I don't know why I've opened it yet though, because I haven't sanded yet. See, I'm all over the shop. I have no routine. Once you take me out of my natural environment, I'm pathetic. I don't know what order I do stuff in. Is anyone else like that? Just me? Just me, probably. Right, so this is, what's this? 180. Yeah, 180 grit. So this is what I'm using to distress it. I'll also just quickly go over. No, I won't. This is too high a grit, too low a grit. To smooth sand between coats of paint or before your sealing, I'd go 240 or above. I'll see how this goes. Harper she's edging towards me because along with my coffee, I've got a cake. I just bought some PJs too. I clearly just went retail shopping. I went out to get some wellies, actually, gum boots, rain boots, whatever you call them. Look at her. For a festival that we were going to this weekend, but while I was out it was cancelled because of the rain, so yeah. I'm proper pissed off, can you tell? I'm over it. I'm over this shit. I need sunshine. I didn't move to the other side of the world for this shit. Oh, I'm cranky. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those who don't like swearing. What do you think, B? Oh, what do you think, Harps? You just want to kiss it? I know, you're frustrated too. I know. She wants to cuddle. Alright, come here then. Oh, all right, I got you. All right, sit down. Put your leg there. Lift your leg up. She wants cuddles. Now Bailey's come around the other way because she's sulking. Yeah, okay. Oh, Bailey, she's... Oh, right, go away, both of you. Don't watch this one to relax, guys, because... I'm going to start throwing shit too soon. Anyway, right, all I want to do is to show those edges off. Oh, that's doing well. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm glad you're not here for the good video editing, because the video editing is not going to happen. That's coming up lovely. I love Nordic Chic paint. I really do. The coverage, I mean, look at the colour for a start, is beautiful. The coverage is amazing, but then it just distresses so well. I love distressing as well because you don't have to then be too fussy, which when I'm in this mood is probably good. It's really good, actually. Not probably, definitely. So I'm not going to worry about distressing other areas. Like when I distress it, I just do the areas that would naturally get hit. In all honesty, those areas in this would be this area where stuff's getting taken in and out, and the scratches would end up being that way. Well, I don't want that. That's not going to look good. So I'm just going to do these edges. And I'm glad I was able to keep the door and the top stain of wood. Mainly the door, because that was beautiful. The craftsmanship on that is beautiful. I don't know, it's been made in a factory. I don't know. Talking shit again. I promise I'm going to be less cranky in future. No, I'm not going to promise that. I may be less cranky in future videos. I'm trying to finish it. I'm just about to wax it. But these girls are just in my face. So I'll probably come back to you when I've done waxing. So like I say, I'm going to use the Jolie wax, clear wax, rub it on with a brush, buff it off later, you know, half hour later with a cloth. It's not rocket science. And then I need to put the seat back on and the doors and stain the doors. So I may come back when I'm just putting the seat back on. Maybe. Sorry. Here she is all finished, guys. Sorry, it didn't really turn into the comeback video that I was hoping it would, but there you go. So on the top here, or on the wood, I did the sepia, and then it was still quite dark. It's very similar to the original. So I then went over it with Whisper to lighten it up. And yeah, I'm really stoked. I've put the basket in to sort of even it off. It looked a bit one-sided because there's so much wood on one side, and that just makes it practical anyway. I'll try and do another video soon, guys. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get paint outside, and painting inside stresses me out. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.